Hello, I'm Dr. Denise Moffat from naturalhealthtechniques.com, and today I'm going to show you how to encapsulate herbs into capsules. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there are a lot of tricks to this, and sometimes I actually have to send home some herbs that are custom formulas. Today I'm just going to use some celery seed powder. My husband uses this because he has some bone spurs, and over months to years it's supposed to take the calcium from the bone spurs and put it back to where it's supposed to be, so it dissolves those little bone spurs. So he's out and I need to make him some more. So we can do this two ways. Now when I send home a little custom formula, it's just a little tiny packet of stuff. You'll get about 100 capsules of the little gel caps. Sometimes I'll have veggie caps, and I buy the capsules in bulk, so I get them in about 5,000 in a bag, and then I just put them into these little baggies. So we're going to show you how to do it the easy way first. So you take out a capsule from the bag, and you take the big end, pull it apart, take the big end, and you just cram it right into the powder until you can't cram it anymore. Then you put the little top on there and it snaps when you're done. Then you just put that in the dish. And so what you want to do while you're watching your favorite cowboy movies or you're listening to wonderful music, you just stuff your capsules. It takes probably about 20 to 30 minutes to stuff 100 capsules. When I get going, I can do about 300 an hour. One of the things I want to talk to you about, though, is you don't want to stuff capsules and handle your herbs and handle your foods when you have a negative attitude. So that's why I like to kind of prepare myself in advance, and I like to pray a little and meditate a little and just kind of make sure that I'm in a happy continence before I start doing this process, because I don't want you to take home the negative energy in the capsules. I want it to be all the powerful, positive, healing energy possible. Okay, so that's how you do the easy way. Now we're going to do my favorite way, because I have to do these things in bulk. So I use a process called cap-m-quik, and it's these little trays with 50 holes in each tray. So I have a bunch of these trays because I do a lot of this stuff. So we're going to try to show you the process here. So the trays themselves come, let's see, they come like this. So there's two pieces that go together, and these come apart to wash them. And you put these together, they just slip together hopefully easily there. And then there's two little stubby things, and the stubby things go on either end here, and then they slip right underneath there. So that you can actually see that there's a space in between. So when you put the bottom of the capsule, the big side in, you'll see all of the bottoms of the capsules right there. Okay, so then I've got this tray almost loaded. I've got 5 more to put in. So I take from my bulk box, load those trays in one at a time, and I have a little dish that I put the tops in so they don't fall all over the place. So now we have our tray loaded. So now what we want to do is we want to put the herbs in the tray. So I take from the jar, we put about 2 tablespoons of herbs, well maybe a little more, into the tray here. Then you take the white card that comes with the kit, the cap-m-quiker thing, and you mash all of this stuff in here. Now some herbs are fluffier than others, and when they're really fine and dense, you don't have to pack them as much. But when they're fluffy like this, you really need to pack them. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. They make a little gizmo that actually fits into the 50 thing like a stamp, but it doesn't seem to work very well because sometimes the capsules will come out with that, I've noticed. But this is how I do it. I just take the tray and I hold the top and the bottom with my fingers and I pank it. And then you'll see the capsules are about half full. And then you just keep distributing this stuff over the top of them, and you want to get all of the corners, all of the edges. Or another way you can do it is you can take a Bic pen, and the narrow end just fits within an aught capsule, and you can just poke and pack each one of these holes, and that's kind of tedious, and that's why I like to use the packing. Okay, so that's packed. Now what you do is you take the leftover stuff and you put it back into the jar so that it doesn't get everywhere. We'll go on to the next step. Now the next step is to take the little things on the end here, and they get flipped over so that they're 90 degrees, and then very gently you tap the edges, and hopefully you've filled up all of the spaces, or this process doesn't work very well. So then you see that the gel caps are now risen above the tray. Now that you can cap them. Okay, so you take the little caps that you have in your dish, and you gently set the caps on top of each capsule. You don't want to push them. They click when they lock, but if you click them and lock each one of them, the powder pops out of the capsule, and then you've lost some of your ingredients there. So you complete that process and you put all 50 caps on, and I have a tray that's pre-prepared here. Here's the tray where all the top caps are on. So now what you do is you go and you click them all. You make sure that they're seated. Then we use the little Ziploc snack baggies. They're just the right size for 100 capsules. And you want to label the bag. And I say that and it seems so simple, but I have thrown away hundreds of dollars worth of herbs because I forgot to label this stuff. And then when I went back into the room a couple of days later, I went, now what herb was that? But I wasn't quite sure, and I didn't want to sell it to you, so it ended up in the garbage can, unfortunately. Okay, so the way you take these out, one at a time, you just take them out and put them in the bag, zip it shut, and there you have it. And that's how you stuff capsules.